that area. So I think she needed a more dominant male, but whether she'll find that, who knows?
You know what, Kojo, and it's similar to what we were talking about last week in regards to Zach's parents, right? How the mother has a little bit more of this masculine, dominant energy, and the father is a little more, same with LaRonda and Sean, you know what I mean? So, maybe if she was, you're correct, with a more dominant, I'm not saying more masculine, but maybe more dominant masculine man, she would adjust differently. Yeah, that's a great point.
Seaway, do you believe that? Will she adjust, do you think?
I think there is a man out there for Myrla. I don't think she's unmatchable.
There's a man for everybody, actually. There's a woman for everybody.
Exactly.
But will you find that match? That's the question.
I mean, will she find that match? Like I think I've said this a couple of lives ago. I think she's gonna have to give up some things to get the match that she wants, because the person that she said that she wanted when she was said she wanted to read books is not necessarily the person that I think will be the best match for her. I did want to take it back there because Sean said something that about Myrla didn't cover Gil. I just want someone to put on the record what she did not to cover him outside of just being annoying. I mean, I personally don't know what she has done to him in particular. What he did with the friends was actually against her. What she's done is just be annoying or agitating, like a personality trait. I don't know what she's actually done against him. I have more to say, but I did want to. I never really heard what she actually done personally against him, attack against him.
Can I answer that?
You can, Sean. Go for it, because she's talking to you.
It's called stonewalling, right? So when you're talking and getting to know someone in a relationship, and every time they have a conversation with you or they talk to you about something, you put up a wall, she is not opening herself up. And then she constantly complains, which is a deterrent to the progress in their relationship. So she's constantly complaining. She is not being vulnerable to really be open to receptive to anything he wants to do outside of the plane ride that she went on begrudgingly. So for me, as in a formative stage of a relationship, how we interact with each other is important. And that's what I'm looking for. Right? So she just constantly puts up this front, and it's like, I'm not talking, you're not getting in. I am who I am. I'm not changing. And she has said in that consistently. So that behavior on her end is problematic. I like how we minimize it and call it annoying. No, it is not just annoying. It's not just annoying. It is super problematic, and there is toxic elements to that because she's also hyper materialistic. And that's not pleasant for anybody. And lastly, I'll say, we need to stop this myth that there's somebody for everybody, right? There's not as many men and as many women on the planet, right? So some people are going to be single, and some people can not be single if they make better options, whether it's men or women. Some women are going to be single because they don't want to change. So they are stuck in a position that keeps them single. So Myrla is somebody that, yes, could be in a relationship, but based on her choices and us co-signing this behavior that is toxic is what's going to keep her single, because nobody's going to be pleased by that. Yeah, a rich man may be able to afford the things that she wants, but guess what? She's not going to be happy because he's going to be outside getting that feminine energy, that positivity. He's going to get that access someplace else because everybody needs to be satisfied in those ways, men and women. So nobody wants somebody that's just all about themselves. So I think we got to call it what it is. Let's not combine two things. Gil is wrong for the conversation, but it doesn't excuse Myrla and all the things that she has done up to this point to make it very difficult to be in relationship with Gil. I'm sorry. We can't excuse that because he made a mistake and talked to some of the folks that are there on the same journey with him.
Interesting. Do the ladies want to respond to that? Chris Narford, do you want to respond to that? Anybody want to respond to that? See Wade and Chris.
I personally just want to say that Myrla's her behavior can't be excused. So just want to make that, at least on my point. Like, I don't think we were excusing what she did, but I don't think that we can excuse what she's done. She is difficult to be with. It has been really hard these last couple of days they've been married, which is a very short time. So that is true. And what he did, we still, like we said earlier, that wasn't okay. And I think those two things can be true. Will she find somebody else outside of Gil? Possibly. However, I think C-Way said this, if she does, she would have to give something up. Meaning, yeah, you might find somebody who spends a lot of money on you, but you may not get emotional connection. You know what I mean? Like, you may not have that part. And so what are you willing to give up to get what you want? And are the things that you want as important or more important than the other things? So that's something she has to figure out. I don't see her and Gil making it, because honestly, this is just difficult. It's difficult to watch. It's exhausting. It should not be this hard getting to know somebody. I'm just being honest. Personally, I'm a pretty easygoing person. I get it that there's stages to this, but this is a lot. So that's my take.
See where you want to respond? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for a lot of women watching this in particular, especially those of us who if you've gone through rough relationships or haven't found a nice guy, or the guys that you've been with are, abusive, not nice, not interesting, things like that. It's hard to see Gil, who appears to be a nice guy, a marriable guy, be in this type of situation with Myrla. But I do think it needs to be noted, although a lot of us may want a guy like Gil, a lot of women don't. And a lot of women may not be a good fit for him. And I see a lot of times with these shows that a lot of the women in the comments and who watch the show, as soon as we see a nice guy, we get so infuriated if a girl doesn't want the nice guy or doesn't want this particular guy. Even though they may not have enough money, they may not have the swag, they may have different things. It's like, it just gets under everyone's skin. Like, I would want a Gil. Why wouldn't you want a Gil? You know what I'm saying? A Gil doesn't work for everybody. And I think what the problem happened is the fact that the experts put Gil with Myrla. And I don't think there is much that Gil can do to make Myrla respect him. I know it's been 5 days, but I don't think that she respects him. She's a straight shooter. She seems like she wears her heart on her sleeve. She's guarded, but she seems like, I don't think she hides much. She just won't let you in, but she's not hiding anything. And so from what I see, I don't think that she's really going to warm up to him too much. I could be wrong, but I tend to read people. So I just feel like she doesn't respect him. She probably won't respect him, and there's not much that
he can do.
And that's not to say that Myrla is wrong or she won't ever find nobody. That energy that Gil is giving just may not be for her. I do think that if she takes this same behavior, before anyone says something, to lots of different types of relationships, she's going to get pushback in many different types of relationships for this behavior. But I don't necessarily feel like Gil in his slight passive aggression and his kind of, I don't want to call it beta energy, but it's definitely not super alpha energy. I don't really feel like it's there. It's a good match for her. I don't think it's bringing out the best in her. And I don't think that she's bringing out the best in him. And that's why we have the situation. So hopefully she divorces him and Gil can be with somebody in the comments or whoever else thinks he's great, because Myrla does not think he's that great.
I wonder who Myrla thinks is great.
I don't know. She's a crowd. She definitely don't think Gil is that great. I'm not going to comment on what I think. I'm not sure yet what I think about him. I just know I don't like what he did on this episode, and I wouldn't tolerate it. You talk about me behind my back, call me a baby that needs to be coddled. Talk about divorce paper. You can't talk about me behind my back. That is what they say when you get married. Like, you're supposed to be two parts of the scissors. Don't let anyone come in between you. You're going to get cut. That is lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't ever do that. You want to stay married. That's what they tell you at your bridal showers and everything. You don't go behind talking about your husband and wife. That is what you don't do. Even in a serious relationship, if you're planning to be married, don't be going around telling all your homeboys and homegirls what your fiance or what your serious boyfriend or girlfriend did. You don't do that.